Peace, my family, and we're all back to all those coming out of that good cocoon for the first time. Welcome. This your girl, the butterfly. We about to take off. Let's fly. Just want to send you all that good healing energy your way. Peace, love, happiness, harmony, and abundance. Hope you guys are out there keeping your mind right. In that good mind. How y'all feeling? Hope you guys most definitely moving on up in your higher natures. And most definitely, cleansing the lows. How y'all feeling? Hope well. All right, now this is part 2 to where I left off, right? On this good journey within. On this good journey. You always remember that when you're going through it, it's going to bring out your weaknesses. And it's going to make them strengths, depending on if you can recognize if it's a weakness or not. Something that, of course, you need to work on. Something you need to be skilled in and bring out your strengths. Make it a strength, really. And so it's real. And so as you go along the journey, though, you walking into this unknown place where you're stepping outside of the box, right? A person, places, and things. You're letting those things go, realizing that those things are there to set a trap for you, right? And so, knowing that you live on the outside of people, places, and things, you still exist, right? And that's where it begins. So, going on this good journey, going on this good walk, it's real, family. And it's going to require you to be real, to be honest with yourself about everything. You can't lie to yourself. You gotta be real with yourself. You gotta stand in your truth of who you are. Because again, you can't hide. You can't go around pretending to be something that you're not. Because guess what, family? You're much more than you've been told. Right. Only way you're gonna know that, though, is you got to check out a master teacher, Dr. Malachi L's scrolls, pamphlets of peace, the right knowledge, because that's going to definitely wake your own up in time. And so you'll be prepared when the time has come. You will be ready, right? Oh man, you got a lot of homework to do, you got a lot of studying to do, but again, all of that is going to help you raise your consciousness levels up. And as I continue to read, which is much needed along this good journey within. Let me say this again. Read. Let me say it 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 again. Read. I'm going to say it again. Read. I'm going to say it again. Read. Reading, family, is what's going to help you get you going. Reading, family, is going to help you keep you going. You got to understand, it's the knowledge. It's the knowledge of self. It's going to help you get to where you need to be going, towards your destiny, right? And so, only time will tell, because guess what? By listening to our master teacher, Dr. Malachi L. Oh man. He most definitely will wake you up if you really want to know what the Most High wanted you to know. Period. You have to be the one to speak. And speak to yourself. And speak life over yourself. Because again, family, I know sometimes in that feeling of the unknown, it feels lonely. It feels lonely. But know that you are not alone. I've been there where I felt lonely. But I knew that the Most High was with me. Even if it felt like no one could hear me. Even when it felt like I was drowning in it all. Even when it felt like things were falling apart all around me. Things were breaking down all around me. like things were destroying itself all around me. And I'm trying to figure out what is happening, what is really going on. Family. What I found out was that's when things are really coming together. It's certain things that you must break away from. It's certain things that you must go through. Right? Keyword, through. Okay? And once you begin to go through it and realize that those things were no longer needed on this good journey, and were no longer needed for you to be in those places anymore. Think about it. Stuff that you've been fighting back and forth about within yourself, that battle within, keep fighting over and over again because it's something that you do not need. If you needed it, you would be at peace. You wouldn't be fighting it. You would feel okay, right? And now that's if you are doing things that, are making you unhealthy, ill out here, knowing that you don't need those things, right? But again, family, we got to learn how to treat ourselves with the utmost respect. We have to learn how to respect ourselves first, right? Respect ourselves. That means respecting your temple, respecting your body, respecting your mind, your spirit, your soul. Again, respect, right? Love, right? Compassion, right? Gratitude, right? All of these things are needed for you to understand more about the reason why you're here, right? What people don't realize is the reason why you're here is to get back to the Most High, your Creator, who created you, right? But it's the way you have to get back. It's a way. Because again, people think that all these different routes have a way of getting you back to the same place. Everybody meets up at the same place. Let me just say it like this. That's the trick. Because you can go off and go on these routes and end up stuck in some of those different places. Certain religions getting stuck all in it all, right? Getting stuck there in that school of thought. In reality, what the Most High has come to bring you is ancient, right? It existed way before all of it, right? Ancient Kemet, Egypt, Tamaray, right? So, this is the thing. When people begin to raise your consciousness levels up, learning more of the knowledge of yourself, understanding where these religions came from and how they came about and how long they existed, getting the facts of life, understanding what they all was bringing us at that particular time and place that they were in for our people and the nation of people. Remember, all of it was needed at that particular time to keep you on the straight and narrow, to keep you on the right path and live your true way of life, right? As you continue to keep going, it leads back anciently, back to Egypt, right? Everything's connecting back anciently. That's why people can't seem to figure it all out. They're still marveling over the pyramid to this day, trying to figure out what's happening here and who built them, and trying to, trying to say that certain people built them, the wrong people built them, and still trying to figure out how they were built, right? Everyone's still trying to figure it out. But guess what? If you were wise, you would check out what the Most High has come to bring. And that's tablets, that's scriptures. All of it is going to help you figure it on out, right? So, for y'all to be over here, okay, some people, I'm not going to say y'all, but I'm going to say that for me just looking out into the world, a lot of people, don't know, or sleeping and or rejecting our master teacher, Dr. Malachi L, right? Some people don't even know about him, right? Words still need to be spoken on him. Life, right? Speaking the truth about the situation, right? More and more, each and every day, right? The truth is here. The truth been out. The covering is what it was. But now it's going to be revealed so people can know for themselves, even if they don't accept it, even if they reject it. Again, we back in those times again where you're going to have to decide, are you going to reject it or are you going to accept it? The truth of it all, right? And it's all it is the facts of life. Gives you your true history of it all and renewing it so you begin to renew your soul, purify your soul, and get to understand why you are here in this day and time, in this lifetime. You feel me? It's real and it's needed for our people to grow. Melanated children all over the world. It is meant for us all to grow, right? And when I say melanated children, guess what? Check it out. All of us, this planet and the species, all of us have melanin, right? So, let's just put it on there. So when I say us, that's what I'm speaking about, the melanated children. We are all one, right? Right. So, like I said before, understand that it's much to know. Understand that we know nothing compared to the balanced universes. And it is time for the truth to be more revealed out into the world. And it's nothing wrong with people going out and speaking more on it. Because we grow bigger as a collective, and then just a couple, right? And so it's needed for more people that know what I'm talking about to speak on it. And don't be afraid, because if you know deep down within your soul and your spirit that the Most High is with you, then you know you have help. And again, you know that you are protected. So, it's nothing to be afraid of. Because, again, true fear, real fear, is the lack of true faith. And even though we're not moving on faith, we're moving on knowing, of course. But if you know, right, then speak what you know. Because all of it is going to help others grow and help people see, so they don't fall into the trap of going into more of the image of the beast and trapped into the world, right? More people need to stand on who they are and get to know more about it, right? That's smart. Getting to know more about it. And people can sit here and say all day, reading's not going to help me. How can I get something from a book? Guess what, family? It's not just a book. It's going to help you raise your consciousness levels up. It's the knowledge that's going to open up, your DNA. But you don't hear me, though. You don't hear me, though. That's because, let's be honest, most people can't hear because they're on low frequency energies. They tap into lower frequency energies. So, let's be real. You may not But once you begin to raise your consciousness levels up, slowly but surely you begin to hear better. Because that right there, living in a low vibe, low life, low frequency energy, was not your lifestyle. The Most High did not put you on this planet to be something that you're not. One moment. So, when are you? When are you? Check this out. I can't make this stuff up. Hold on. Back on. All right now. So when you are moving on that, you won't be able to hear if you are indulging in drugs and other things like that. You won't be able to hear clearly. You'll hear bits and pieces. It'll be more like a boom, boom. It's not funny, but you know what I mean. You know, you'll hear all that, right? It's not quite clear, right? So again, family, again. That's why it's so needed to purify your mind, purify your spirit, and purify your soul. Cleanse, so you'll be able to hear and get back in tune, right? The sound of the universe, back in tune with the universe, right? Yeah. All that. Oh man. Okay, so yeah, you need to go ahead and do that so you can be able to understand what I'm talking to you about right now. But yeah, ultimately, it's real. So you got to really understand that. Don't sleep on that master teacher, because again, that will be your biggest mistake of your life. Just saying. And I have to speak it just like that. Bittersweet and all, because it's sweet. But it gets better when you begin to battle and fight within yourself. It gets bitter. It gets bitter. And when you begin to fight it, right? Because, a lot of people don't like to hear the truth. And, because, yeah, the truth does hurt. And it's also real. So, you can't really argue with it. It is what it is. So, that's what it is. So, you gotta be real with yourself if you're ready to get real with yourself, because that's gonna be your true reward. Stop falling for the traps out here. Stop bringing your energy down the downward spiral, and start to move on up toward the upward spiral. That's what it's going to need. It's going to need you to do is stand up for yourself and stand up for your soul before it's too late. We in that time right now. And before you understand all of that, you first have to understand who you are. And our master teacher, Dr. Malachi York Hill, has done. No words can be really described on how amazing of a job he has done to get out the information and the right knowledge that we need to get us where we need to be mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, and just so much more. This most definitely will save lives. If people only knew and took the time to know. Because this is what is going to be needed for you to grow. Because again, this is just off my own experiences, right? that's what I had to do. I had to. And when I say eat it on up, they say that in the scriptures. They pass knowledge to, the angels and things like that. Or they pass knowledge. Excuse me, not the angels passing it up, but you know what I mean. The angels passing the knowledge to certain, noble prophets and certain people in the scriptures, right? To give them what they need, right? And so they can digest it. You eat it and you digest it. That's what eating up is. You digest it, right? And sit on it and think about it. And then apply it and get to it. So again, all of it is needed for you to, get to where you need to be. And all the scriptures matter. So again, there you go. And I will just say, because pulling yourself up out of all this stuff that's happening in the world to get yourself back right mentally is a whole job within itself. And again, family, people really don't have time to be playing around. You got a job to do. And that could be, of course, getting back to yourself. That's what the job is. Getting back to yourself. Getting back to the Most High. And for you to know. So then when it comes to time to understand what's happening around here and certain things that's going on in the world and certain things that's going on within you, you'll begin to be in tune. And everything that's being put out matters. Now, when you begin to just slow down in your life, clean it up, and you begin to see clear. And that is internally and externally. Internally cleansing, which means that you are cleaning yourself up by putting the proper nourishment in you, what you consume on a day-to-day basis, what you tend to listen to, and through time, let me just say, because if you've been so used to listening to certain things over time, it's going to take time for you to break away. But slowly but surely change the channel. Slowly change the channel. Slowly change what you've been listening to. Tune into more high frequency energies and tune into more of what our master teacher, Dr. Malachi York, has to say. YouTube, meditations, all types of things that will help you to tap into yourself and begin to know more about who you are. And even if you don't really quite understand right now, through time you will. This is not a, oh, I got it, light bulb type of moment and then moving on. No. This is a lifetime journey and on, right? And again, family, you must understand that this truth is love and love is truth. Remember that. Because this is going to help you break away for real out of the so-called matrix. Break away from the world and get back in tune with the Most High. This is going to help you get there. But are you going to be willing to take the time to do so? Because again, they got it all sold up, right? Everything you look out into the world is there to put you to work on the lower frequency aspects of life, distractions and certain things keeping your energy dim and keeping your light low and dim, that it doesn't glow because you tuned into the wrong things. You tuned into the wrong people and you go to the wrong places. Remember that. You got to learn how to eliminate all of the things that's not helping you evolve, elevate, and grow and get to the next level spiritually. And that's the reason why you're here. Those are distractions, family. Remember that. So remember, as you look around you, you don't have to call out the distraction. You don't have to call them all out. Oh, you're a distraction. You don't have to do all of that. You just see what you see and you keep it moving and you make your move accordingly. But it takes time, right? Because we love, right? But you got to begin to love yourself more, because it's the reason why you're here. And certain people got lessons to learn on their own. You can tell them all day. You can introduce them to the water. You can introduce people to water, but you can't make them drink, right? Right? It's real, family. So again, understand that through time, the truth is going to be revealed regardless. Can't you tell? Can't you see it? Can't you see it breaking forth? You begin to see the difference between the two. Understand who's out here speaking the truth and who not. And speaking the truth of our master teacher and not. Because again, that's the missing piece to the puzzle to put it all together, family. That is the missing piece. People can speak about all the spiritual things that they want. But the knowledge of yourself, unmatched. You can go all deep within the cosmos and the Akashic records all day. But if you don't know the knowledge of yourself, you're missing something. And it is needed. Because why is it needed? Because that's what the Most High says. That's why He sent it down, for us to know. Not to believe, not have faith, for us to know. Now it's on us to decide what we're going to do with it. Because guess what? It's out. And continuing more and more as more and more people come across. And also get towards that good crossroad moment where they're going to have to make a decision on what path they choose. Which is already pretty much already happening. But as more people begin to want to know more about them and check it out, the algorithm is doing a good job. So remember, it's about what you tune into, because what you tune into grows. And the things that you need to see on these social media platforms or whatever got going on is whatever you clicking on all day is what's going to feed you. Feed your soul. So, funny way of going about it, right? But it's real. The algorithm. So remember, it's all about what you're clicking on too. Remember, because it's going to lead you. There's no coincidences on the messages and certain things that come across that gets your attention. You get your soul's attention. No coincidences. And if you're coming across my channel, it's no coincidences. Just saying. It's something that you needed to hear. Let's pick up something that resonates or not. Either way, I told you. And that's what it all is. This was I was told to do. I was told to do from the Most High. To speak the truth. So that's what I'm doing. To the best of my ability. And me reading gets me also refreshing. Gets me also reminded on certain things. Get me also keep learning. Because sometimes you pick up something and then you might read it again and you might pick up something totally different. Right? So it's always needed for you to study and grow and keep going and read it again. Because again, this is the true treasure. And it's going to get you to the higher realms of existence. Want to know how I know? Because the Most High showed me. No matter. All right now. So this is my testimony, and I'll continue sharing more and more as I go. But I'm just letting y'all know that it's real, family. So begin to continue to create the reality that you want and not the one that you don't. Continue to keep your thoughts positive. Continue to spread the love. Continue to keep uplifting. Continue to keep sharing what you know. Because you don't know who can help. You don't know who it could help. You don't know who you're helping in the process. So continue to be who you are, just the way you are. Because guess what? You are beautiful. And you are enough. Remember that. All right now. So I'm going to leave it at that for now, family. If you have any questions, you leave in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer. On that note, family, don't give up on yourself. Know again that you are loved beyond this world and in it. Don't get it twisted. Begin to spread the love one to another. Be the peace that you seek. Stand up for your soul. Because that is all that matters. Fight for your soul. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Be the peace that you seek. Release our master teacher, Dr. Malachi. Peace. Shalom. Hashtag divine love, family. And wow. And it's all